my sister texted me the other day, and she goes, "What's a good rate if someone wanted to pay to get on my TikTok?" She goes, "I have 700,000 followers." And she goes, like 50 or something? And I go, 50K, question mark? like just to fuck with her. And she goes, no, dumb fuck, $50. And I go, probably like $500 to $1,000 is how much you should be charging. She goes, LMAO, they sent me clothes and want me to show clothes. They asked for a rate. What should I say? She doesn't believe me. Right. She still thinks she should be charging $50. Yeah. And I go, start at $800. She goes, really? You don't think they're going to be like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. If I look dumb, I'm blaming it on you. And then I had Esther reach out to Natalie because she still didn't believe me. And Esther goes, they're sending me up to 7 different clothing items. Do I still ask for money? And Natalie goes, $2,000. and Esther goes, holy shit, just for one post? Is that like normal? And Natalie goes, clothes don't matter. It's like free for the brand. And then Esther's like, oh my God, okay, so $2K? I thought $50 was too much. And then Natalie goes, it's crazy because all these kids are like that and these brands get free press. And I texted, I go to Natalie, I go, we should manage them. I was like, imagine if we managed my sister and we kept $1,900 out of the $2,000 that she made and we just paid her $100 and she'd still think like she was getting an amazing deal. We'd make so much money. So yeah. Yeah, and then we told her.
Did she get it?
No, she didn't get it. She's like, they left me on red, which is normal because like I wasn't expect like the brand was directly talking to her, so I don't think the brand was expecting her to be like so like knowledgeable about how much she should be getting paid. And a lot of brands don't have that kind of money, but that is her actual rate. She should be charging at least $1,000 per post at her following, and it's just really funny. And the other day she asked me, she got a deal for a TikTok where. It's the amount of views she gets is how much she gets paid. Yeah. So if she gets over 1 million views or 1 million likes or whatever, she gets $7,000. So she asked me to be a part of it. Oh wow! And I don't know what to say. Like I know she's like my family, but I also like it's.
They've got to get paid too.
No, but like I don't know. Like I don't want brands to feel like they can like go through my sister to get me.
This is like a random side story, but. There was a brand, their campaign briefs got leaked, and it's a brand that is like notorious for taking advantage of influencers and celebrities and all this. They just don't pay appropriately. And for somebody, they had 1 million followers on YouTube and 1 million followers on Instagram. And this brand wanted 7 in-feed Instagram photos,
Jesus Christ.
4 story swipe ups, and 5 YouTube videos.
All right, so let's just see how much this person should actually be getting paid. So they have 1 million followers on Instagram, 1 million followers on YouTube. Yep. Let's say their engagement's pretty good, which would be like 20%. So that would give them 200,000 views on YouTube and like 200,000 likes on Instagram, which is pretty fucking good for somebody that has 1 million followers. Yeah. That's like pretty unheard of.
It's really good.
They should be getting paid around $15K a YouTube video.
Yep.
Multiply that by 5 because there's 5 YouTube videos, so we're at $75K, and then $2,000 per story. And they wanted how many stories?
4 stories.
So we're at $8K.
Yep.
So now we're at $83,000. And then per Instagram post, if they get this is like a pretty conservative number, they should get at least $5,000 per post.
Right.
At least. And there's how many of them?
7.
So it's another 35.
Right.
So for that campaign, that person should be getting paid at least $118,000.
Yeah.
Okay. How?
Do we want to take guesses on how much this person was offered?
No, I don't want to guess, but I'm curious. So who's the brand?
It's a fashion brand.
Okay, it's a big fashion brand, and you're saying that they got caught not paying influencers enough.
Right.
So we put the estimate at 118. What did you say? What is the actual?
$8,000.
Wow. $8,000?
Yeah.
For all those videos?
Yeah.
For all those Instagram posts?
So here's what I'll say about
that's fucking ridiculous.
That's crazy that, someone would be dumb to take that, but at the same time,
I completely agree.
There's that market is so oversaturated. There are so many girls who have followings that want to get paid, and it's like, you don't want to do it with Natalie? Great, I'll go do it with Ella.
Well, that was like a big argument in the comments and threads that I was reading about it.
It's like so many people have 100,000 followers, 1 million followers, right? Isn't that like 30,000 creators have like 1 million followers on like TikTok alone? I don't even know the number, but like it's fucking bizarre.
And other people that aren't
I made that 30,000 number up completely. I was just trying to say a lot. It's so off. But.
And other people that aren't in the industry and understanding what rates are and whatnot, people were like, $8,000, that's like 3 months of my rent. People were freaking out. They're
people were saying that's a lot.
Yeah, some people, it was half and half. It was split.
One of the funniest things to me was I was in Chicago and I was there on behalf of Bumble, and I was talking to these two girls, and they're like, why are you here? I was there for Lollapalooza, and I was like, well, I'm here. I'm doing something for Bumble, and they're like, oh, so you're like, I do Bumble ambassadors deals, and they were like, we're Bumble ambassador at our college, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of like that, and they're like, so you pay to come all the way over here just to work with Bumble? And I'm like, no, they're paying me to be here.
Yeah.
And they couldn't wrap their head around that Bumble was paying me to show up. Like they didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten anyone pregnant?
No.
And I haven't either. And of course,
you have 2 kids, Jay.
What I meant to say was I haven't either up until that moment.
Right.
So I'm like 32 years old at this point, and game on.
Is there a chance that like someone comes up to you and says, "Are you Jason Nash? I think you're my dad"?
No.
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
That's an interesting question I have for you. You said you've never gotten a girl pregnant.
Never.
And how old were you?
32 was the time that we started to plan to have kids.
Okay, so up until then, did you have any scares? Like, did you ever have like sex without a condom and no birth control, and you were like, uh-oh, no?
No.
Okay, like you were always like conscious of it, or there was never a scare?
Always conscious of it.
Did you ever buy Plan B?
Or no.
And then when you guys started at age 32,
Yeah.
did you just get pregnant right away?
Well, yeah, no, then that was a lot of pressure because I was like, you go in, she was older than me, and the doctor's like, well, let's see if she can conceive. But no one was asking me, like, oh, I didn't know, like, maybe I can't conceive.
Wait, well, you guys have to go to the doctor? Don't
well, you
go
go to the doctor.
Turn on some candles and put the right music on? What do you mean?
I mean, whatever.
You
like,
had a threesome with the doctor?
yeah.
Well, let's see if I can warm her up for you. What the fuck?
We've been watching too much Pornhub. No, but yeah, so that was very stressed out. I was like, I don't know if I can get anyone pregnant.
Right.
You know? But it happened.
Yeah, but did it happen immediately, or did you have to try?
Yeah, happened pretty immediately.
Really?
Yeah, because Marnie is the person I was married to was like very meticulous about
We've said her name a million times.
I know, it feels weird talking about her in sex now, though.
Oh, okay.
You know, because that's so in the past. But yeah, she was a very meticulous person. So she was like, you have these 3 days, you know,
right,
to make
because
it happen.
there's only like a 24-hour period in the whole month where a woman can get pregnant.
Is that true?
That's what I believe, but Ella, you can chime in. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
Are you sure?
Isn't it like 5
Ella,
or 6
the
days?
sex expert, knowing about when pregnancy is most vital.
There's a period of time where you're ovulating, which yes is like obviously when it's you. If you're trying to get pregnant, you should definitely have sex when you're ovulating, and then.
Excuse me, how do you know when you're ovulating? Is like, do your palms sweat more? Do you tingle?
No,
is your pee green?
It's like right before you get your period, and like there are ways to know. Like now there are like apps like that you look up.
Oh, there's apps
to track it. Like it's
so like.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
I put in when I have my period, and then like it tells you. When
I thought you like set a specific ringtone for ovulating, like you have ringtone for your best friend, and then you have one for ovulating. Like oh my god, I'm ovulating. Time to get me pregnant.